Tanya, and welcome to today's video. So I know I'm talking really fast. It's because I did this intro too many times and I want to nail it this time. But anyways, welcome to my video. Welcome to my channel. If you're still new here, I'm so happy you found me. Anyways, today I'm going to be doing a story time about the time I was the most hated girl in a town that I used to live in. So if you like to watch this video, continue, and if you don't, exit out. That's all cool with me. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. That would be awesome. But let's get into it. I keep getting distracted because we're getting new neighbors, so they've been moving all day long. But anyways, okay, so this story takes place in two different locations. So it all started with this mutual friend that I knew. Her name, we'll call her Cassie. So I was friends with a whole bunch of people that Cassie was friends with. So I met Cassie in the town that I currently live in right now, or city, whatever you call it. And so I knew Cassie. I didn't really know her that well because we used to hang out in like big groups of people. So I didn't really know her individually, but I knew her like as a mutual friend. And I knew Cassie had a history, like a bad history of stealing, like drinking, like just a whole bunch of stuff. Like even when I hung out with her in the town that I live in right now, we'll call it Oak. Like even in Oak, she broke into a house. That's a different story time. If you guys want to hear about that time I broke into someone's house. Yeah, but anyways, so like Cassie was like a different person, but I didn't like I'm not the type of person to go see someone as a bad person. So I wanted to get to know her, but I never really got the chance because I ended up moving to Star. So fast forward, after I moved to Star, I was really lonely. I didn't know anyone there. I was just vibing by myself or whatever. And one day I'm on my phone, and on her Snapchat, she's like, "If you live in Star, hit my line up." I was like, what the heck? I thought she's maybe visiting or something, because there's like a large community of Sudanese, like a large group of Sudanese, Eritreans, Somalians, Filipinos, like because it was a town mostly for like work. It was a work town. So most of the people that lived there were immigrants. So yeah, so it was a pretty diverse town. So I thought maybe she's visiting family or something. And so I hit her up her line, and the first time we hung out was on my birthday, and it was actually really fun. This is the first time I hung out with her by herself. So it was like pretty fun to get to know her and stuff, and I thought she was a really good person. But when I tell you guys, your parents will see a fake friend before you, that is true, because my dad was warning me about her before I saw it all happen down. But I'll get into that later. So anyways, basically what happened, we hung out on my birthday, and Star lived like I told you, the town was very small. So Star lived like a 5-10 minute walk from my house. So every day we were hanging out. Even on school nights, we were sleeping over each other's houses. We're always hanging out. We went to different high schools. So she went to the public high school, I went to the Catholic one. So we would hang out after school. I'd walk to her school. We walk home together. We became instantly best friends. And we would sleep over at each other's house. And it wasn't until school started where people started acting shady towards us. Like I didn't really talk to anybody, so I was like, whatever. I didn't really care. Maybe people like, oh, new black girl, da 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 da, or whatever. So I didn't really mind it a lot. But it started getting really bad. And I remember Cassie came up to me one day and she's like, "Oh yeah, we're British now, and we just moved from Australia." So that's what she started telling everybody. So that's what everybody started thinking. They're like, "Oh, so these black British Australian girls or whatever." And so I started talking in my accent. I know it sounds pretty bad, but people actually started to believe it. So I started talking in an accent. Yeah. And basically everybody just thought of me as a British black girl that came out of nowhere. But still, people at my school were acting shady towards me. I was like, settle down. And it was black girls acting shady towards me. I'm like, hey, you and me were the same people. I don't know why you're coming for me like that. You and me, like, we came from the motherland, so you should be with me. But shorties were throwing shade, so I was kind of confused. But I just tried to push it off. And so then one day, I'm just minding my own business, walking down the school hallway with my friends or whatever, and this black girl, this black girl comes up to me, and she's like, I see her walking down the hallway with her friends, and they're like I'm telling you, it was mean girls. Like, it was like one girl right here, one girl right there, and she's walking down the middle. And I see them approaching me, and I look behind me, and I look forward, and I'm at this point, I gotta act tough, bro. I'm standing up tall because I don't want them to think that like I'm scared or anything. And she comes up to me, and this is a whole senior, and I was a freshman. I was in grade 9, and this is a whole senior who comes up to me, and she's like, "Are you Ruth?" I was like, hey, no problem here. This, let alone, I did not talk to anybody at the school. So I was like, how does this girl even know my name? I've been in this town for 2 weeks, so how does this shorty know my name? And she's like, are you Ruth? I was like, yeah. Like, what? Yeah. I was like, yeah, why? And she's tall. Shorty's like, and I'm like, so she's like, are you Ruth? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, I'm beating you up after school. I know she didn't, yeah, I'm basically pretty sure that's exactly how she said it. And I look at her, I look up, and I look down at her feet. And I wasn't about to say anything. At that point, I was irritated. I wanted to go pop, pop. Just kidding, no I didn't. I was scared as hell. I was like, who's this tall black girl coming to try and beat me up for what? And luckily, a teacher's walking down the hallway, and she's just walking or whatever, and she sees this altercation in the hallway. And she's like, is there something going on? And she's like, no, it's all good. And then she told this girl, she's like, go back. Like, why you guys, like, because the school, it was like, it was like split. So it was like the high school, grade 9 to 12. And then there was a hallway, which led to the, I think it was like grade 5 to 8. So we were in the grade 5 to 8 hallway. And so she's like, what are you guys doing on this end of the school? So you guys have to go back. And then I was like, okay. And she's like, you, like, come to the office with me. I was like, the foot? No. So she's taking me to the office, and I'm scared as hell. I'm like, my parents gonna beat me up. I'm in so much trouble. Da, 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 da. And then she's like, we stand in front of the office doors, and she's like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? I was just telling her, like, this girl just said she's gonna beat me up. But she's like, do you know who that girl is? I was like, nope, I've never seen this girl in my life. So she's like, okay, whatever. So the principal comes. I have to explain the whole situation to the principal, and I'm shaking, bro. And I was so confused. I didn't know this girl's name or anything about her. I just knew she was in grade 12 because another girl came down the hallway during the altercation. She told the teacher, oh, she's like, oh yeah, this is da-da-da, her name. And then she's like, she's in grade 12. Because the teacher didn't even know who this girl was. She just came out of nowhere. So I was like, anyways, the teacher didn't even know her. So the teacher was like, yeah, I went to the office or wherever. And I remember I was texting my friend Cassie, but I was like, Cassie, this girl wants to beat me up. And Cassie pulls up to the school the next day, and she tells the principal, this girl's cyberbullying her, this girl this girl that, this girl this girl that. And I'm just sitting here, naive as hell, not seeing anything that's going on. And I'm just like, I was agreeing with Cassie. Because I was like, this is my girl, this is my friend, I have to agree with her. So I'm just sitting there like, yep, she did this, she did that, or whatever. And I don't know anything that's going on. I was not trying to get busted like that. And so the RCMP got involved there. It was big. And I told my dad about it because me and my dad were like best friends. Like, I tell my dad everything. But this phantom, and I told my sister. And my sister went and told my mom, who was the last person I wanted to find out about it. So my mom calls me up. And I'm just sitting on the couch watching TV. I was literally watching SpongeBob eating pineapple. I'm not even playing with you guys. And my mom starts hitting my line. It's just like, and let me tell you, I hadn't talked to my mom in like a month at the time. So I was like, why is she calling? And so it's like, and so I pick up the phone, and she's like, so how's school going, everything? And I'm like, it's going good, because I didn't know she knew anything at the time. And she's like, what's happening with all that drama at school? and I was trying to explain it to her, and she was not listening. She was not up for it. She's like, "How did you start problems with girls at school?" I was like, "I did not do anything." That's what I'm trying to tell him, but no one wanted to listen except my dad. My dad, he'd listen, but he didn't say anything. He was just like, yeah, like he just, I don't know. He was just listening, but listening and not listening at the same time. And so my mom, like, if I knew if it was my mom, she'd go to the school, but my dad was like chill about it. He's like, it'll wear off or something. So that's what I thought. So yeah, me and Cassie, we were just jolly old friends. RCMP got involved. This girl never really talked to me again, but her and her friends would give me dirty looks in the hallway. So I was like, whatever. And then I remember she had a younger sister. And me being stupid in the head, I was like, let me text her younger sister. So I was like, younger sister was like a year older than me. So she was in grade 10 at the time. And I texted her, I was like, hey. And she's like, I don't want to talk to fake people. Oh my gosh, when I tell you she said that, I almost died, bro. I was trying to make peace. Like, I wanted to know what's going on. No one was telling me anything. So I was like I was texting her, and she ended up unfriending me on Snapchat afterwards. I was like, whatever. Like, I thought shorties were just mad for some reason. So I was like, minding my own business or whatever. So I was like, really, I'm telling you guys, like, I was really upset I was upset about this whole situation. And so she's like, I asked her, I was like, what did I do? And no one would tell me anything I did. Cassie wasn't telling me anything. The girl who wanted to beat me up wasn't telling me anything. Her sister wasn't telling me anything. The girls who were giving me dirty looks in the hallways are not telling me anything. So I was rolling on my own. I was like, I was like, at this point, F it. Like, I don't care anymore. So, I think it was like one day, me and Cassie were walking from the schools to A&W, and the three girls, like the girl who wanted to beat me up and her two friends, walk past us, and they give us one of the girls, like the one who wanted to beat me up, give me the dirtiest look in the world. I was like, I'm putting an end to this now. I'm not taking this from anybody. Nope. No. So Cassie, I'm like, Cassie, I'm gonna go talk to them. And she's like, okay. So Cassie, I think Cassie was scared of this girl at this point, because Cassie's standing all the way over there, and I wasn't having it. So I walk up to these girls, and let me tell you, it was just me against four. I think there's five of them. It's me against five other black girls. And so I walk up to them. I'm like, I had to act tough, bro. And I'm like, I know I don't know you, and you don't know me, but like, what did I do to you? And the girl wanted to beat me up. She's like, I'm not even capping when I say this. She looks at me up and down, and she's like, oh no, I don't have a problem with you. It's your friend I have a problem with. Guys, when I tell you, my soul left my body that day. I was standing there. So you hate me and been throwing shit at me because of my friend? No, that doesn't sit right with me. But the thing was, that was also the day I opened my eyes. And one of the girls, she's like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty. Like, you seem so nice. Like, like, I was like, period. Like, thank you. And we ended up being best friends. We still are. So if you want to hear a story time about her, I could say so much about her. She's like the sweetest person in the world. But anyways, yeah. So I was like, she's like, it's not you, it's your friend. I was like, And still, at that moment, no one told me what this shorty did. No one told me what Cassie did. So I was like, maybe they just say Cassie or whatever. And then Cassie, I was like, what happened? And it ended up being drama about a stupid boy. Apparently Cassie stole her man or something. But these shorties all brought me into it. All of them came and brought me into this problem. I got yelled at my mom. I got the RCMP called on. I got sent to the principal's office. Everything just because of a boy. A whole boy. A whole man. That does not sit right with me. So anyways, me and Cassie, we ended up being friends after that. I was like, you know what? Cassie's my shorty. Cassie's my ride or die. Cassie's my everything. But Cassie was kind of like, my dad didn't really like, he started seeing signs, like, he was like, maybe you shouldn't hang out with her and stuff. And Cassie started changing around that time. She started vaping at that time, and she started smoking weed. But I ignored it because I was like, you know what? Like, it is what it is. So I ignored it. The fact that she was turning into something that she's not, and I really agree with. So it wasn't my decision to go and tell somebody else how to live their life. I'm like, I'm your friend. I hate what you do, but I love you as a person. So that's why I didn't really say anything. I know I should have said something, but I didn't. But yeah, I find out so because of a boy. And I just wanted to like go pop to everybody. I was so pressed at that moment. But then I moved on from it. And then me and one of the other girls, we became friends after that. We started eating together. We started hanging out at school. And Cassie got pressed. Cassie's like, dude. So Cassie's like, let me start something. So Cassie goes on social media. Boop. And she starts running her mouth. Like, I think it happened because Cassie was like, she told a white guy she could say the N-word. These girls got mad. She stole their man. I don't know. Because I was never a part of the drama to begin with. I was just a bystander. I was a victim. Never mind, not bystander. Victim. So I didn't say anything. I was just minding my own business or whatever. And then it's just Cassie just, like, I realized that every time I went with Cassie somewhere, problems dragged along. It was like every time Cassie got into a problem, it was like, so, but Cassie had this mutual friend, and she stole her phone. She stole the phone. And, cause one day, Cassie, we would always hang out with them at the rec, which is basically the mall in that town, because it was so small. There's no mall in that town. And so that's where all the kids would usually hang out, play basketball, go swimming, eat, hang out with their friends, like library, everything was at the rec. So, wow, I need to catch my breath. Oof, getting passionate. Anyways, so yeah, they just started talking out of nowhere. I was like, mm-mm. And Shorty came out to my house in the middle of the night one day, and she was like, she would come to my, like, we were best friends. Like, she'd come knock on my window at 3 in the morning and be like, come to my house and dye my hair, and I'd sneak out and go dye her hair. Like, we were best friends. So when I tell you this, like, we were so close. And then she was also close to these other girls, so I wondered why they were no longer friends anymore. And so Cassie shows up to my house with this pink, I think it's like iPhone XR. It was like the peach one. And I knew this was, I knew the girl had this phone because the Friday prior to the whole them stop being friends, we were all at the rec center, and I saw her. She had the phone, and I knew it was her phone because she was letting Cassie use it. And Cassie was like taking photos on it. Cassie knew the password and everything. So when Cassie showed up to my house like 2 days later with it, I was like, oh well. But like I said, we were mutual friends. But when your mutual friend is no longer talking to the person that you met them through, we just stopped talking. I was at the rec center one day, and I see them, and I see her. I was like, why aren't you and Cassie talking anymore? She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, Cassie said because Cassie ended up telling me they accused her of stealing an iPhone 8 Plus. I'm like, Cassie said, you guys said she stole an iPhone 8 Plus. She's like, no, we never said that. It's my iPhone XR missing. And I'm like, the peach one? She's like, mm-hmm. I'm like, it's cracked at the top? She's like, mm-hmm. I'm like, the phone that from Friday? She's like, mm-hmm. I was like, Cassie has your phone. I'm sorry, I was whole rat there, but I had to tell her. I was like, Cassie has your phone. And this girl's like, she does now, right? Because I feel like this girl, like, she was too nice. Like, she was way too nice to, like, notice it. She was, like, shocked. And I was there when Cassie took the SIM card out of the phone. Everything. She could get into it because she had the password. Because I remember we were hanging out one day, and the phone kept going off, and she just took the SIM card right in front of me and just threw it in the grass. And I was like, okay then. She's like, oh, my mom's calling me again. She just took it out, snapped it, and broke it, and threw it in the... I was looking at this girl. I was like, okay, it's your business. I don't really want to get into it. So this girl, I was like, you can't tell her I told you or anything. And she's like, I promise I won't. And she ended up confronting her at school. And it all led back to me. Cassie found out I was the one who told her. And honestly, at first I was kind of like, I thought you said you weren't gonna tell her, like. But then I realized, like, if that was me, like, if someone stole my $1,000 phone, I would have been like, I would have been throwing hands. So I understood where she came from. So I wasn't mad at her. And so Cassie was like, let me stop talking to Shorty. Let me stop talking to Ruth or whatever. Let me stop talking to her. Just because I did the right thing. So me and Cassie stopped talking. And after, she just hit me up one day. Because she, like, at this point, she became something else. And everybody started hating her in the town. So she only had me, really. So she texted me, and we just ended up fixing things. She said, meet me at McDonald's. And so I went to McDonald's the next day. And she bought me, like, a sausage wrap or something. And we just became friends there. But, like, it was little things like that that just made me start to rethink. Maybe I shouldn't associate with the person like this. Like, I remember one time we were at McDonald's and there's a whole bunch of, like, hockey kids that came into McDonald's, and we were just chilling there, and they were coming from hockey practice in the town, and they were from a nearby town, and she was laughing, Cassie was laughing, and it got their attention, and one of them comes up to us as we're all leaving. Like, we ended up leaving the exact same time as them. Coincidence? I think not. But when we were leaving the McDonald's, one of the guys... Oh. See, I keep getting distracted. Where was I? Oh, yeah. One of the guys, he was like, my friend will have sex with you for $40. And I was like, no. Nope. Not with Kawajat boy. He was Kawajat too. So I was like, no, thank you. But Cassie, on the other hand, it was because Cassie is a colorist. She likes her non-melanated guys, and I like my melanated guys. And these guys were not melanated. So I was like, no, thank you. And I was like, that's disrespectful. Like, that's disrespectful. How you gonna, like, do we look like prostitutes to you? But Cassie, on the other hand, was like, nah, we good. But can I have a ride home? And these guys are like, for sure. And I guess, like, you know how boys are, like, he's like hinting to his friends, like, haha, like, he really thought we were gonna get with him or something. So he's like hinting out. So then I was like, there's no way in hell I'm letting this girl get into a truck full of guys by herself. So me being the good friend I am, I manned up and I got into the truck with this girl and a whole bunch of random strangers. Like I think it was one of them in his truck. Cassie sat in the front and I sat in the back. And Cassie kept like, she's like, and Cassie was supposed to walk me home. So I was like, no way in hell am I walking my ass home. Nope, Cassie, you walking me home. I don't care. You taking me home. Until I'm at my doorstep, it's you and me. So we start driving around in this truck or whatever, and these Quadjet boys, all his friends, these hockey boys are driving behind us, and we're just driving around this town or whatever. And it was like, it was crazy. And then he's like, you know, like, we don't have to do anything if we don't want to. I was like, I established it at McDonald's that I'm not doing anything. So why are you re-asking, basically? And Cassie was like, Cassie was kind of interested. And then we pulled up on the side of the road, and all his friends, when I tell you guys, all his friends jumped out of the car, and they all surrounded the truck. Like, there's all over. There's like 15 of them. And then Cassie's like, they're chanting, like, yeah, like, look at him go, and they're like doing cartwheels in the road or whatever, and Cassie just smiling or whatever. I was like, I swear, I tell you, it was the most disturbing moment of my life. I was like, why did I even find myself in this situation? And basically, Cassie was kind of like ushering me out. She's just kind of like, she's like, okay, go home now, Ruth. Like, go home now, Ruth. I was like, me, walk myself home. It's like a 10-minute walk myself home. Nope, me and you. And I refused. I was like, Cassie, no. Like, that's what's going in my head. But me, I'm like, Cassie, no. I'm like, I just can't leave you here. And Shorty got mad at me. So then Shorty was like, okay, whatever. And she hopped out of the car. I guess they exchanged snaps or whatever. But at that moment, I was pissed as hell. So I got out of the truck. And these guys are like all standing there. And when I tell you, I did not care. I pushed my way in front of these guys, and I walked. And I looked them both up and down, and I start walking. And Cassie's laughing behind me, and then whatever. And I'm just walking down the street. And all these guys get back into the car, and they all get back in the car. And one of them has the audacity to honk the horn 2 times and be like, "Have a sweet night, baby cheeks." I may be 5'4", but I can throw hands, bro. I was not taking that disrespect, especially from a boy, especially from a Quajet boy. I was like, hey, Lord have mercy on you guys today. But I didn't say anything. I just looked at them and walked out. And Cassie made me walk my ass home that day. I was pissed as hell. But the next day, me being the type of person I am, I forgave her. I moved on from it because I hate holding grudges. Like, I hate being mad at people. So it was like little moments like that just made me question, like, is this friendship really worth it? And my dad was like telling me, he's like, I don't want you to hang out with her anymore. Like, she's not the good person for you. And I was like, whatever, like, it doesn't matter. I was just being that stupid, naive girl. I wasn't listening to my dad, and he was smart for that because he warmed to me, and it would have saved me so much time and hustle and trouble. But I didn't, because I wanted to see the good in her, which ended up being a mistake to me. I mean, like, I don't have anything against her. It's just we don't talk anymore. Like, Shorty got kicked out of school. She started selling weed at school. She started drama with people. She stole people's man. She went to jail. All of that stuff. And once I distanced myself from that, I was a new person. Like, I was like, because once me and her stopped being friends, the girl that I met, in front of A&W, was like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty. She started introducing me to her friends, and I started making new friends, and everybody started to know me as a new person, not like the identity that Cassie painted me to be, and people started to get to know me. And then everybody found out I was not British, because I'm telling you, my whole accent thing went on for like 3 months. Like, even the guy that like my boyfriend at the beginning of a relationship, he thought I was British for like 2 months. 2 months. Like, it was like, I mean, it sounds rusty now, but the way I was practicing every single day, like, it sounded like I was straight from England. The way I was talking in a British accent every day, like, it was not even. And then when I stopped, like, when I didn't want to talk in one, I couldn't even stop myself because I was so used to it. Yeah. So I was just so used to it, and then it was like, I don't know, me and Cassie, after I think the last time I saw her was like, she slept over my house and took my sweater. It was my favorite sweater, let me add that. So I was like, let's meet up, like, give me my sweater back. She gave me her sweater back. She went this way, I went that way, and we never talked again. And then we stopped talking. She went on with her life. I started hearing things about her, that she went to jail, that she got pregnant, all of this. But I just didn't care, because I was like, that's her life. It's not mine to butt into. But I don't know. I mean, I wish her the best in life. I hope she's happy, and I wish nothing against her, and I have nothing against her. Like, she was to text me right now, say, I need someone to talk to really badly. I'd be like, of course. Like, why is there a police officer turning into this neighborhood? Let me go see what that's about. Anyways, they were just driving around. But yeah, like, if she was to text me saying, like, I need someone to talk to right there, I'd be there in a heartbeat. Because, like, the thing that broke my heart was so many people cared for her, and she just hurt them. So they started pushing themselves away, and I didn't want to be like that. I mean, everybody had their reasons, but I wanted to be different because she needed someone there. And she knew me the longest. I knew I had to be there for her. Which is why I stuck on so long. Even when everybody hated her, like, that's it. Like, I had to be there for her. So if she were to text me right now, I'd be there in a heartbeat. I really would. Like, I have nothing against her. So I just wish her the best. I hope she's safe wherever she is. Last time I heard she was in jail. I don't know about that, but I care about her a lot. Like, we had so many good memories. We had bad memories, but at the end of the day, she's human, and everybody needs that one person in their life. Everybody needs that one person in their life that is willing to fight for them and be there for them every step of the way, and that's gonna be me for her, because no matter what, I care for her at the end of the day. So that concludes the video of why I was the most hated girl in town without even trying. So I think I deserve a round of applause for that. I got everyone to hate me without even doing anything. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you guys want to hear more about my adventures in this town, that's gonna be like, I'll most likely, like, I'll say yes. Like, I just need to know. So comment down below if you want me to do more story times about my time in this town, or other story times you'd like me to do. I will do it. But thank you for watching the video. Like I said, please subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.